I often describe myself as like a Sherpa. I help people up the mountain, and sometimes the mountain is Everest, and that you got to help people up. But the only way to fail is to give up. Sometimes people come to me after they've tried the competition 2 or 3 times, but they are back in the saddle. They're going up the mountain again. And just if you don't pass, then I would say try again next year if it's possible, if you're eligible for the competitions, because the only way to really fail is to give up and not continue. Of course, you might have a realization, actually I don't want to do this, which is also perfectly valid, but take distance if something goes wrong, and reset yourself emotionally.
And I think this is really important to realize as well. I mean, no process, no matter which institution also you're looking at, there's so many intake tests or competitions, and we also need to keep in mind that thousands of people are applying. It's like a huge
Thousands, yeah.
process to go through, and yeah, there is a huge responsibility in recruiting, well, responsible civil servants at the end of the day. So yes, the process is long and sometimes very tedious and a lot of uncertainties around it. But I just want to highlight what Neil said is very important. Don't give up. Try again and see where you can go. And I have to say, also from my perspective, you need to study. There's like a lot of time that goes into the studying part of understand or getting an overview of all the different EU policy
A
areas. This was
huge amount of time. Yeah, huge.
Yes.
Mm.
And especially coming from an engineering perspective who didn't do like policy work or background studies, etc. It was, I have to say, one very like a lot more. But second, I was also very intrigued and very happy to have had this trigger to study something that I would otherwise be like, oh, I don't have time for this. I wouldn't have time for this. So I think regardless of the outcome, you can proudly claim that you know and have a good overview of the European institutions, policy areas, history, etc. And I think regardless of the outcome, that's a very, very valuable benefit and valuable lesson to have. So looking from a positive mindset there. And everyone who is cynical about it, I just want to add, be and have those feelings for sure, but I'm going to refer to a post that I recently shared as well. Like, cynicism is just brain fatigue, I think, and making you lazy. If you have any suggestions, I think there are plenty
Yeah.
of opportunities to also
Okay.
give proposals on how to do stuff, and I think that would be a way more productive conversation than constantly complaining. But
Yeah.
that's my personal take.
No, I agree. Growth mindset, not fixed mindset. Carol Dweck, Stanford professor of performance and psychology. Growth mindset. What can you learn from this? What did what's it might be that I don't want to do this, but that you learn from your mistakes. There are valuable experiences, even or especially in difficult experiences.
And one other very important question that I would like to add that you should
Yeah.
ask yourself as a reflection exercise is, do you want this because you want it, or do you want it
Mhm.
because everyone else wants it as well and it's being seen as a, I don't know, success badge or something?
Yeah.
And that is like a very, very important question to be very, very honest to yourself. It's a difficult question to answer, but as Neil also said in the beginning, it is life changing. I mean, you're dedicating your entire, it's like getting married, like you're dedicating your entire
Yeah.
rest of the life to
Yeah.
one institution. It's no decision to be taken lightly. But I think in this very competitive environments, we often get caught up with, oh, everyone wants this, and if I have it, I'm cool or I'm successful. But
Yeah.
I think in this community, we're very much in the growth mindset in that regard of trying to define our own path in our own terms.